poison the water, betraying the trust. Print new laws just to silence the just. Smile on the news while they sharpen the thrust. A system designed to collapse and combust. Lying in court, but they tell us to adjust. Building up power while we rot in the dust. Say it's for peace, but it's murder or bust. People in charge only serve who they trust. They rigging elections, it's all just a game. Blaming the broke while they dodge all the blame. Money in pockets, they move in the frame. We fight for our lives while they profit all pain. Judges and lawyers all sounding the same. Corrupt to the core, it's a damn hall of shame. They gaslight the truth, they extinguish the flame. They say for the threat, we call out the name. They sit in their towers, look down on the town. Sending the troops if we gather and frown. Raise up your voice in their silence, sit down. They drown in the facts just to keep us all drowning. Selling our futures for gold and a crown. Then hide from the fire when justice comes round. Built on oppression, this whole thing's unsound. But still they pretend that the system is sound. They label us threats when we speak and defy. Says tonight truth, let the real ones die. They censor the facts and they sell us a lie. The truth in the shadows, the cameras all spy. They ready to be home while their rich friends slide. Then call it justice with genocide pride. Our praying is their profit, just check who supplied the bombs and the chains and the fear worldwide. They laugh at the poor like we some kind of joke. Building up prisons while cities go broke. Poison the air while we living on hope. Then tax all our dreams with a noose and a rope. A mask from the monster, but we see it poke. Right through the lies and the words that they spoke. They promise us range while we die in the smoke. And claim we're to blame while we barely get cold. Controlling the food just to weaken the street. Patting the seas, now they harvest the seas. Silence dissent. Every protest they beat. Marching through towns with a tank and the fleet. They hide in their mansions and die while we bleed. And call it democracy. What a cheat. They smile for the cameras and tighten the heat. While watching the poor fight for nothing to eat. They move in the dark while we sleep in this town. Pushing agendas to keep people down. No care for the people who's lost or who's drowned. Just suits in the room trying to milk every crown. They silence the voices that gather and frown. They paint them as threats when they march through the town. They raise up the rent and tear the block down. While lobbyists laugh at the check and a noun. They speak on the news just to gaslight and bait. Feeding the rich off the backs of our plate. While prisons expand and they legislate hate. We stuck in a loop that they love to create. They profit off war and then say it's our fate. But never send kids from their own estate. They burn every bridge when we try to relate. Then build up a wall just to lock every gate. They open the door just to lead to a war. They strip all the rights we were fighting it for. They loot every land from the sky to the floor. By selling us pieces, they settle the score. They take from the many to feed a few more. They tell us we lazy for being too poor. They're saying it's the system is planned to the core. A cycle of power disguised as a chore. They pass new laws just to get in our way. They're sending the truth when we gather and pray. They lie through their teeth in the light of the day. While building up cages where children go stay. They tell us we're free, but that freedom delaying. Just as a price that the poor gotta pay. We screaming for change, but they mute what we say. And keep all the killers' institutes on display. They poison our minds while we're trying to sleep. And digging our pockets, their fraud is too deep. They auction the land that our elders were keep. Then force us in debt that we never could read. They slaughter the truth, let the devil just creep. They bury the facts in a vault that's elite. They count every vote like a wolf counting sheep. Then blame us again if we rise from defeat. They tap on our phones and they chill to the bone. Surveilling our lives from a government throne. No trial, no jury, just drones when you're grown. They treat every right like it's something they own. They smile at the wreckage, just skin over stone. Pretend to relate, but they're cold to the tone. We fighting alone, but we louder than known. And building a storm they can never postpone.